All right. So I didn't see that my window was showing when I did my testing of my space. There we go. All right. We will start as always, just tuning in, taking a moment to connect with our space and our intention. So sitting in a way that's comfortable for you with the spine lifted, allow the eyes to close and just center into your own space, your own existence, and get a sense if you are holding energy and space and details from anybody else in your life, very common to do when we get involved in some way, please let that energy leave you and go back to the person or the animal or the situation. Just allow any energy that's not your own to leave. And then if you feel that there's parts of who you are, parts of your energy tangled up in someone else's being space, allow that energy to come back to you. As holding our own energy and granting other people to have their energy is the most empowering act of truth that can be done. And then get a sense of being connected to the earth, grounding down, being supported by gravity, and being open and lifted up to the heavens. And that you sit within these different forces, these different connections, and these different entwinings. Become extremely centered in your own space. And again, if you feel that there is density or pollution, for lack of a better word, anything that feels messy or dirty or unclear, just allow that energy very slowly and softly, like a cloud, float out of your state of being and expose the light that you truly are. So sit within the space of who you truly are. And let's take 3 deep breaths, just allowing the breath to increase the sense of light, increase the sense of space, increase the sense of original self. So nice deep breath in. Filling up your lungs. When you reach your limit, hold the breath. Really check that that's your maximum. And on the out breath, let everything relax and everything move out of you. On the in breath, the world is coming into you, filling you up, giving you life. Fill yourself up with this energy called air or oxygen or prana or life force coming in from the outside, blending with the field that is you. And on the out breath, allow it to leave. Everything is used up. Everything is complete. Everything is transitory. And one more time, big breath in. Easy, soft, rich, nourishing the flame, lighting the light, filling you up. And then on the out breath, everything leaves. You stay pure, clear. What is no longer needed or used up is departing. And stay in the normal breath now. Just be aware of the subtle inflow, outflow that never ends while we're living. Shifts and energizes and has shifts, but it does not stop. So connect in with that part of you. And then from this space, look to see what intention you would like to set for this yoga practice. Take a deep breath in. Place this intention in your heart center. And breathing out, let it all go. Release, become empty again, become complete, become present. And slowly open your eyes. Very good. So let's move on to our hands and knees now. It's for cat-cow. So warming up the spine, getting the body ready to move more and energize more. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Start by deeply rounding the spine and exhaling, letting the air out to really deepen into the shape. And then arching the spine, lifting the chin, taking a deep breath in. And exhaling and letting everything round in the opposite direction. Let the air out. On an inhale, filling your lungs up and allowing the breath to move into your body. Exhaling down. Inhaling, head up. Keep exploring the sensations in your body and deepening into them. Check into the elbows. Check into the shoulders. Check into the full spine. Check into the stomach and the chest. Just start to feel deeply into your body. Start to feel the movement removing any cobwebs or rigidities that may have accumulated. And again, rounding. Just pause here for a minute. Make sure the head is dangling, so shake your head no. Find your armpits and pull your armpits to your waist so the shoulders move away from the ears. And start taking the hips back in this round shape. We don't go all the way, but just really deepen into the stomach. And then come forward and pull the shoulders away from the ears. Again, move your hips back and pull. Imagine someone pulling the ribs and the navel and the waist area way back, and the tail is curled under you. And then come forward and deepen, spreading the shoulder blades. One more time, going a little bit further back. Keep this very, very rounded shape. Really pull the stomach in and back towards the spine to open up that lower back and back. Come back to the center and reverse it. Your head is up and press forward, looking up to the ceiling if you can. And then hinge backwards with your tail lifted. And then forward. Just notice the feelings that are coming in through the body as it warms up. If your shoulders feel very tight, spread your fingers apart and turn the hands out a little bit. It just allows for more mobility in the shoulders. And come forward and pause here. Pull the shoulders towards the ears. Check that the rib cage is sinking. And see if you can spread your buttocks apart to really widen that area. And then start to deepen back into your child's pose. So just go all the way back. See if you can get your hips down. Lengthen your arms out and start gently stretching out your arms, your body. If you can get your forehead to the floor, drop your forehead down. Take a deep breath in here and send the breath all the way into the sacrum. On the out breath, allow the bones to sink a little bit more. Allow the joints to soften. On the in breath, again, spread the pelvis. Feel the sacrum start to receive the breath if you can. And then breathing out, even heavier and softer. One more time, big breath in. Breath out. Stretch your arms in front of you and lift your head up if it's down, and look at the hands. Walk your hands to the outside of the mat. So you're stretching out one side of your ribs. Take a deep breath in here. On the out breath, drop your head down. Lift your head up again. Walk your hands to the other side of the mat. Stretch the arms out, and on an exhale, drop your head down. Inhale, look up again, back to the middle. Pull your hips even further back. In fact, if you're flexible, use your hands to push and ground the hips. Drop the head as much as you can and bring your hands by your feet with the elbows spread. Let the chest get heavy and the head drop again. And then from here, slowly roll up to a sitting position. So you slowly undulate the spine all the way up. Keep pulling the stomach and the ribs backwards as you roll up to allow the whole spinal column to lengthen and stretch, and stack yourself up in a straight position for our kneeling salutations to begin with. So from here, externally rotate the arms. See if you can get a nice sense of a lifted spine. Bring the hands into prayer pose. So starting by inhaling, reach the hands forward, come on your hands and knees. Exhale, bend your elbows and lower towards the mat. Inhale, press back up. Exhale, extend back. Inhale, roll up. Exhale into prayer. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, pressing up. Exhale, stretching back. Inhale, rolling up. Exhale into prayer. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, pressing up. Exhale, moving back. Inhale, rolling up. Exhale into prayer. Moving into our first down dog. Forward on the hands and knees. And open your knees hip width apart. And curl the toes under you. Again, if your shoulders are stiff, turn the fingers out some. It'll make it easier. Pull the shoulders onto your back. Pull your stomach in, lift, hinge backwards and take your time. Build the pose. From your hands, you want a straight line if you can towards the hips. If you're very flexible, you want to not sag, but extend you, and then slowly stretch the legs out. So the heels are going down, the hips are going up. You really want to aim for a triangular shape, and depending upon your flexibility or your stiffness, you need to juggle all those parts. Now just wiggle around a few times, just see whatever feels good for you. In fact, bending one knee at a time usually can open up a little bit more. We're still warming up the body. Still pressing back with the arms, lift the heels up high. Lift the hips as high as you can and bend the right knee and press the left heel down. Hold that position and stretch the calf. Lift the heels up again, recommit to the length in the trunk, and then bend the other heel, other leg back, right leg going back, and bend the other knee. Again, lift the heels up. See if you can push higher up on the feet, and one more time, press the first heel down. Stretch it away from you. Check your trunk as you do this. And again, lift up, heels high, and bend the other knee and press back. Lift up again, so the heels are in the air. See if you can get your heels as high as you can and bend your knees a little bit, just to work into the toes. Bend them. See if you can get the hinge in the foot. Doesn't matter if it's not very much, just make those joints work. Lift the heels up and press both heels back. And just hold this position and check your alignment. Check that the hips are sending backwards. See if you can get the knees and legs a little bit longer. The spine a little bit longer. The arms a little bit straighter. And the head and neck long and unstrained. Lift your head up and look at your hands. Walk your feet towards your hands. Bend your knees. And just for a minute, hold your ankles and gently stretch your trunk down on your thighs just to get that extra opening in the back. See if you can use the arms to get that extra little stretch. Then slowly straighten the knees and roll yourself up until you're in an upright position. Just take a moment to stand. I'm turning sideways. Roll your arms out. So again, like the kneeling salutations with setting the shoulder line. And bring the hands up and bring them into prayer pose. So first, just warming up the arms now. Take the arms out. Notice that they're shoulder height. Don't take them back. Keep them right to the side. Rotate them as much as you can and anchor your shoulder blades down. Now pull the arms apart. Just stretch them. The shape will change a bit. The shoulders may fly up a bit again, but let yourself kind of feel the changes. Just notice, because each time there's a shift, there's a different muscle group that's being played into effect. Extend and reach and see if you can feel that you're reaching out and becoming wider. Bring the hands back to prayer. Again, take those arms out and widen them. From the shoulders to the hands, can you pull apart? And then from the tail to the top of the head, can you lift? And then you relax on this plumb line. One more time. An amazing T or cross that you are creating in your own body, and you're making space by tractioning. So scan your own space and see where you're not feeling, where you're not paying attention. What do you think you need to do to bring more sensation, more life, more space, more floatingness? And then relax back down. Very good. Take the arms out again. Take your head back and bring the arms up over your head. Just lift up as far as you can. And then bring the arms back to the side and now hinge forward. So from here you hinge all the way down, as far down as you can. Again, now we're warming up at another level. Lift your head and look forward. If you can't get to the floor, you can come up higher. Just see if you can get that sense of the back working now, and very much the neck and the head. And then you relax down, you relinquish yourself to gravity. Roll yourself up to an upright position. Turn the hands out again. Take the arms up over your head, palms together, big extension. See how much length you can get into your body. Bring the hands back to prayer. Arms out to the side. Head back as the arms come way up. Take the arms out to the side and swan dive all the way down. See if you can extend as far down as you're able to go. Relax your head and chest downwards. Really see if you can give into gravity here. Lift your head and chest and look forward. Lower back down. Roll yourselves up again. Nice and long. Stand. Get your sense of center. Roll the arms out. Sweep the arms up. Bring the arms together. Big lift of the arms. Bring the hands back. Before we get into the even deeper one, we're going to take our arms up again. So hands together. And I have my fingers the index finger clasp, so it gives me more of a grip. Your elbows or your upper arms, if you can, just behind your ears. Biggest lift that you can to the ceiling. Lift the rib cage up away from the pelvis and get a sense of the tail lengthening down. So as much of a straight spine as you can ask your body to give you in the back. Big breath in and start bending to one side, opening up the opposite side. So you want to stretch. The arm that's lower straightens, and you open up the side of your body. Push the hips a little bit away. Come back up. Big breath. Extend, lift out of your tailbone and start going in the other direction. These are very intense. We get very tight in our side body unless we keep it open. It's a liver line, interestingly enough, in Chinese medicine. So the side bending stimulates liver and gallbladder. It helps us detoxify. Push the hips, stretch both elbows, pull a little bit deeper, come back up, bring the hands down. Roll the shoulders, clasp the hands behind the back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and stretch back. You're looking to get the shoulders pulling as far back as you can and pinching the shoulder blades together. The hands go up as a secondary priority. The first priority is get the shoulder blades pinching. Now, big breath in, lift the rib cage up and pull the arms back again. Keep the chest lifted and just lift your head up. See if you can lift a little bit more, pull the arms back. Relax your arms down, roll the shoulders. Again, lift the arms up over the head and clasp them the way we just did before. Big stretch. And now the feet stay fixed, but rotate everything about your body to one side. So the pelvis will move as well. Really wring out your body. Rotate as much as you're able to towards the back. Come back to the middle. Lift up again. Tail is down. Waist is long. Long trunk. Rotate to the other side. So you can get a sense of spiraling all the way around your midline, all the way from the ankles. Let the legs and the hips and even the knees get wrung out. Rotate as much as you can figure out to do. Come back. One more time. Lift. Rotate to the first side. And back. Lift and rotate to the other side. And lift. Big lift of the shoulders, big lift of the ribs, long waist, long spine. Bring the arms down and rest. Moving into the next level of our sun salutation, we'll start from the arms down. So extend the arms out to the side. Sweep the arms all the way up over your head. Take the arms back to the side and hinge all the way down towards the mat. Relax your head and shoulders down. Lift your head and chest up and look forward. Lower back down and bend your knees if you need to get to the floor. Step your first leg back. Right leg, I always start with right leg for myself. Hold this position and just see if you can get a long back leg and a sense of your trunk still being frontal. Now bend the knee down and just take a moment to work on the lunge here. So opening up the hips, opening up, see if you can get a sense of the hips still being square. They usually want to fly all over the place because we're tight. Then from there, step back into your down dog. So push back. Feet are parallel. Press your heels back and stretch as far back as you can to lengthen everything out. Come forward to your plank. Hold the position. Lift your body up, and then you'll lower to the floor. If you need to bend your knees, you can, or you lower straight down till you're lying on your belly. Stretch your legs, and we'll start with serpent. Roll the shoulders back. Keep your hands on the floor. See if you can open up your front chest, then take your hands off. Lower back down. Recommit. The tail is long and grounded. The stomach is long. Lift up to serpent. Open your chest. Take the hands down. Lift further if you can till the navel's on the floor. See if you can get the chest open. Lower back down. And third variation, lift up serpent. Then you come to cobra. Now you stretch your arms. So depending upon where you are, the body can be long. See if you can straighten the knees and then lift your head up. Open the chest. Lengthen the stomach. The hips are very heavy. Bend the knees. Hips and stomach lower all the way down to the mat. Curl the toes under you. If you can push right back up to a plank, do so. Otherwise, bend your knees, push up with the arms, push back into your down dog. Adjust your down dog and lengthen from your hands all the way to your heels. Nice long stretch. Lift your head and look towards your hands. Shift your weight forward so there's more weight on the hands. Step your right knee forward and then step your left leg forward. Or just walk forward till you're in a forward bend. Let the body hang. Lift your head and chest, look out. Lower back down. Roll yourselves up. Rotate the hands out. Sweep the arms up and over your head. Nice lift from the heels through the fingers. And now take the hands outwards and bring the hands down. So just slightly different variation. Again, rotate out. Sweep the arms up over your head. Swan dive. Nice long spine. All the way down. Relax towards the floor. Lift the head and chest, look out. Nice long back. Lower back down, lengthen from the hips. Step your left leg way back. Take a moment to feel the position. Are you square? Is your stomach long? And is the back leg straight? And if not, you do the best you can. Then allow the knee to soften down and let the hip start to lunge forward. See if you can open up your hip flexor. The front of the joint can get very tight in this sitting culture we all live in. A good place to revisit over and over. Push back into your down dog. Nice long stretch, lengthening everything out. Forward into your plank, nice and long. If you can lower to the floor, do so. Otherwise, bend the knees. So coming down till you're on your stomach. Curl the toes long. Commit the tailbone to the mat. Lift up into your serpent. Lower back down. Lift up into serpent. Press further into your cobra. So the navel is still on the floor. Great opportunity to work into the chest opening. Elbows are back. Throat is lifted. And chest is thrusting forward. Come back down. Then lift up serpent, cobra. Arms are straight. Up dog. Knees are straight. Look up at the ceiling, get even more stretch in the front body if you can. And then lower yourself back to the mat. Curl the toes under you and push back into your down dog. Nice long stretch. Extend the heels away and lengthen from your hands to your fingertips. Lift your head up and look at your hands. And again, left foot steps forward or walk your feet forward. Bring your feet to your hands. Let the body hang down. Lift your head and chest and look out. Lower back down. Roll up to an upright position. Turn the hands out. Sweep the arms up and over your head. And bring the hands back all the way back to the mat. Now, very often we work sideways, but we can also work frontally. So now extend the arms forward and up, lifting up as much as you can. As you come forward, this is harder because it's more of a hinge. You extend the arms out, keep them to the side if this is too much, all the way down to the mat. Lift your head up and look out. Lower back down. Bend the knees and check that your hips are square. You want this sense of square body in relation to the front position. Right leg goes back again. Again, nice straight leg. Hold that position and see if you can lift up. So now we're in the beginnings of crescent pose. Bring the arms forward and up and just hold. The leg is nice and long. The body is lifted. If you want to go deeper, you bend down. Just hold this position nice and steady. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Now bring your hands to the floor or don't and bend your knees down. So you want to get now to this position whether you're in a lunge and lunging forward again, but now we've got our chest lifted. So hold this position, hold this position, hold it, lift if you want to get more height. Bring the hands back to the mat, straighten your leg, step back into your down dog. Again, recommit. Every time we revisit down dog to stretch the limbs out, to go a little bit deeper into the joints, to open up the spine a little bit further. Come forward into your plank. Hold this position. Check that the knees are straight. Lower yourself to the mat. Curl the toes under, and now we're going all the way up to up dog in one movement, but go slow, and if it's too much, you stop at the level you're ready for. So serpent, cobra, up dog. Lift your head up to the ceiling. Lengthen your stomach out, lengthen your legs, lower back down to the mat. Curl the toes under you. Straighten your legs if you can. Push up to plank and push back into your down dog. Again, recommit to the position from your hands all the way to the heels, nice and long. Extend everything out. Lift your head and look at your hands and bring your right foot forward if you can, or walk your feet forward, left foot forward. Let everything hang down. Lift your head and chest and look out. Lower back down. Now, if you want to do the harder version, you take your arms forward and you bring yourselves up, lifting way up, and the arms go sideways to the side. So remember, if forward is too much, you take them sideways. We'll do the other side. Lift the arms up, lift the spine up, lift the trunk up, and then hinge from the hips, arms front if you want more advanced, arms to the side if it's more basic. All the way down to the mat. Lift your head and chest and look out. Lower back down. Bend your knees so you feel this sense of squareness in your trunk and in your hips. The feet are forward, the knees are forward, the hips are even, the spine is long, supported by the stomach. Now left leg goes back into a lunge position. Check your square shape as much as you can. See if you can lift yourself up. Get the sense of position. Crescent pose. Bring your arms up over your head if you want the next level. Nice long position, squared, centered. Deepen into it if your body's ready to give you those deeper lunges. And now either bring your hands back to your knees in the floor or stay up as you bend the back leg down. Bring your hands back, check the square shape, lunge, open up your hip flexor. Be aware that you're releasing the leg out of the pelvis and the tail is under. Lift your arms up if you want to go a little bit deeper. Keep feeling, where can I make space in my body? Where am I dense? Where am I open? Search out the dense areas. That's really where the gold is. Bring the hands back to the floor. Stretch your leg back. Step back with both feet and down dog. From your hands all the way through the spine, all the way through the hips. Heels are down. Forward into plank pose. Bend and lower yourself to the mat. Extend the toes. And again, we go through serpent, cobra, up dog. Stretch the knees, open the chest. Hips are heavy, sinking down. Head is lifted. Lower yourself back down. Curl the toes under and prepare to transition to down dog. So lift if you want to and push back. Hold the position. Keep the arms long and press your heels down, extending away from the hands. Nice long stretch again. Lift your head and look at your hands, and left foot comes forward, right foot comes forward. Lengthen the legs and bend down. Lift your head and chest and look out. Lower back down. Reach the arms forward if you want to do the more advanced version, lifting up. Extend the arms up, sweep the arms sideways, and go down. Next variation with the arms forward, if you want to, this is a Shivananda approach. The thumbs are hooked. Sweep the arms forward and up, lift the spine, and now arc backwards so you feel the front body opening up. So there's a bit of a bend. Come back up, separate the hands, and forward all the way down to the mat. Lengthen the body down a bit further, it's getting warmer. Lift your head and look out. Lower back down, again bend the knees, get a sense of the hinge from the hips and the long spine. Right leg goes straight back. Again we go to serpent. I'm sorry, crescent, what was I saying? Come back up. Knees are going forward, lift the arms up, clasp and point your index finger to the ceiling and lift even further. Stretch your back leg. If you can go deeper, even better. Just hold the position. See if you can find a place where you feel stable. Can you keep your arms up and bend the back knee down? If you can't, that's fine too. Bring the hands back for a minute. Lift. So how much can you pull your ribs away from your hips and lengthen your tail down? That movement is very important to open up the joints at the next level. Again, hinge forward, lengthening everything out. Again, lift up if you want to. Thumbs are hooked now. Lift, arc a little bit further back to get a deeper stretch in the front of the thigh or in the front of the groin. Can you get that to happen? Come back. Hands are down. Push back into your down dog and press. Nice long stretch from your hands. Come forward to plank. Lower down to the mat. Extend the toes. Crescent cobra up dog. Look up at the ceiling. Lower back down. Curl the toes under you. Stretch the knees. Tail is engaged. And push back into your down dog. Lengthen the way and see if you can get as much extension of the heels down. Adjust your feet if you need to, so there's a nice stretch in the back of the legs. Now, take your right leg, lift it up to the ceiling. How high can you get this leg to go? Lift the left heel up, push the leg higher, and then lower the left heel down. So there's a big extension in the spread of the legs. Bend your foot towards your bottom and lift the knee even more. Open the hip out a little bit. So you start getting this deep rotation in the pelvis. Square and bring your knee into your chest and really hinge forward so your body comes way forward over the hands, and you see if you can put your foot on the ground. Bring the other foot forward and lengthen everything down. Nice long stretch here. Again, lift your head and look out. Lower back down. Clasp your thumbs if you're doing this. Lift your arms up by your ears. Bring yourselves all the way up. Lift up and arc back a little bit. Come back to the center. Separate your arms and bring them all the way down. Again, clasp your thumbs if you want to do that variation. Stretch your arms up. Lift up the rib cage and hinge backwards, opening the body out. Come back and separate the hands as you come forward, hinge all the way down to the mat. Lift your head and chest and look out. Lower back down. Again, bend your knees so you get this sense of where forward is in the structure of your own legs. Are you even in your sacrum? Are you even in your hips? Take your left leg back into a deep lunge. Preparing for crescent, adjust your shape, come up to an upright position, sweep the hands up and lift everything up. Pull the stomach up. So for me, this hip is very tight. I actually bend my leg. You want to see if you can get that separation between the hip and the thigh. Now go deeper down. See if you can really open up your groin as much as you can. So the back leg in an ideal body is straight. The tail is down, it's not arched, and the spine is lifted, and the joints are bending deeply. A lot is going on in this pose. Bend the knee all the way down. Bring your hands, curl the tail under even more, lunge forward. Lift the arms up again if you want to go deeper. Lift out of your waist, out of your hips, and lunge a little bit backwards to open up the front of the body even more. big, massive opening in this whole front body if the back body is set up to support it. Come back, bring the hands down to the mat, extend your back leg, step back with both feet, and again, a nice long down dog stretch. Lengthen everything out. Come forward to plank. Lower yourself to the mat. Extend the toes, set yourself up for your up dog. So serpent, cobra, and up dog. Legs are straight, look up at the ceiling. Lower yourself back down to the mat. Curl the toes under you, extend the legs, and push up into plank and then cobra, or right back to cobra. Lengthen everything out, recommit to your down dog. Take your left leg and lift it as high as you can up. Lift your right heel up, extend the leg higher, and then lower the right heel down, getting that leg as high as you can. Bend the foot towards your bottom. Roll the knee to the ceiling so the hip opens out and you get even more stretch in that part of the pelvis. Close the pelvis back, and from here bring your knee as tightly into your chest as you can as you shift your weight forward between your hands. Keep pushing away from the floor with the hands. Very important to make space for the foot to fit down. Step forward with your other leg. Let the body hinge over the bent knees first and then straighten your legs. Lift your head and chest and look out. Lower back down. Reach the arms forward as you come on up. Lift out, clasp your thumbs if you want to. Lift and hinge all the way back. Come back, bring the hands down by your sides. Again, hands roll out. Sweep the arms all the way up. Lift up. If you want to hook your thumbs, do so. Lift a bit more. Open up the front of the body by hinging back, looking up the ceiling. Come back up, hinge all the way forward, all the way down to the mat. Now, just for a change, get your fingertips here. Bend the knees as much as you can and let your hips come down. So your heels will come up, and just hold that position. We get very tight in our joints, in the knees and ankles, and then slowly push your heels down and straighten your legs. So whether you get all the way down or not is irrelevant. You want to bend the ankles as much as you're able to, hinge them as much as you can, get the hips down, look up, and again, heels down first, heels down, heels down, heels down, lengthen. One more time, bending, bend the ankle joints first and reluctantly let the heels come up if they can. Some of you may be able to get all the way to the floor without the heels coming up. Come back up. Hinge down again. You probably can be a little bit deeper. Again, bend the knees a little bit. Right leg goes back. Again, we'll do our crescent pose. From here, up you come. Recommit. Back knee straight. Tail is under. Spine is long. And lift your arms up over your head. So extend up out of your lower back. Lift the body up. Stretch the back leg. See if you can sink a little bit deeper down. Hold the position. Bend the knee. You can put your hands on your knee. Bring the knee to the floor and lunge forward. See if you can get even more stretch coming into this now. Hold the position. Nice and long. Come back. Now bring your hands to the mat. Look at your front foot and wiggle it over to the right. It should be your left foot. So the foot's going to the right. We're going into pigeon pose. Let the knee come out and adjust and see if you can lower down so the knee gets to the floor, and slowly walk your other foot back. Some of you get right down there and some of you will have your bottom in the air. You want to get a nice stretch in the hip, stretch in the front of the back leg, and anywhere else you're feeling it, it's good. And then slowly, you may want to come forward into this further and bring your head to the mat. So you'll just hold this position for a few moments. Let everything start to stretch out. Very serious stretching, this one. Lengthen the leg even more. Some people just lie right out here flat. Some people don't. Bring yourselves back up. This is why it's called pigeon, because you actually want to try and arc the body as much as you can. Sink those hips even further down. And then come back, straighten, recommit, and get yourself into your down dog. And again, stretch everything out. Lengthen the hips, lengthen the arms, lengthen the stomach. Feel your position from your hands, building blocks, hands, elbows, shoulders pulled away from the ears. Spine is long. If you're flexy, you should not be sinking to the floor. You want to plank yourself. If you're stiff, you just open the joints as much as you can. Forward to plank. Nice and long. Lower yourselves to the mat. Extend the toes. Pelvis is down. Serpent. Cobra. Up dog. Lengthen the hips down. Look up at the ceiling. Lower yourself back down to the mat. Curl the toes under you. Push back into your down dog. Nice long stretch here. Check the arms, check the joints, and again, the right leg goes as high up to the ceiling as you can. Lift your left heel up and see if you can get the right leg higher. As you lower your left heel, get the right leg higher. Now bend the knee and rotate open. Get that knee going towards the ceiling. Let your pelvis open as well. So there's a twist. Come back to square. Bring your knee in towards your chest. Pull the shoulders away from the ears so your back rounds so you can step the foot forward. Bring the other foot forward. Straighten your legs. Sweep the arms forward and come all the way up. Again, lift up and arc back. Come up, and let's bring the hands to prayer, just for a change of shape. Again, the hands come down, rotate out, sweep the arms up, hold your thumbs and arc back to open up the front of the body. And then from here, forward all the way down to the mat. Lift your head up and again, bend the knees all the way down. See if you can get a little bit more hinging in your joints now. Heels go down first and up. And again down. The big secret is the ankle joints. They're the one joint we really seldom explore, and it really brings everybody's range of movement down and up. So see, eventually you want to be able to go all the way down without the heels coming up. And come back up. Heels are down. Now bend the knees a little bit because we're stepping back into our crescent pose. Again, figure out that you're nice and square. Feel your joints, left leg goes back. See if you can get the sense of squareness in your body. Lift yourself up. If you want to, lift the arms up. See how much you can take. You want this pelvis under. So it's better to have the pelvis under and the knee bent than the pelvis arched. If I do that, I'm with, so you really want to figure out your own anatomy, and one side can be incredibly different from the other. You want to work with your body. Tail is down, body is up, back leg is as long as you can make it. See if you can sink deeper. Now bring the knee to the mat. Again, recommit to that same tail under. If you need to go back to get that sensation, do so. And then lunge forward without losing it. Then you've got a more pure pose. Big lift, arc back if you want to get even more openness in that hip. Focus on the knee and the leg extending out of the pelvis, and you're nice and square. Then come down. We're going into our pigeon. Move the front foot or the right foot to the left, and then slowly bring the knee towards the floor. See if you can get your hips square. That takes quite a bit of work and quite an open body, so it can take years. So you do your best. You know the intention of where you're going. Slowly bend over this position, opening up the joints. Whether you come to the floor or not is your call. Some people come to here. Some people flop forward and love it. And some people hate it. We're all having an experience. Let the joints start to open and breathe and be moved. Very therapeutic for our joints to move them. Releases so much tension. Bring yourselves back up. See if you can get that open chest. And again, bring yourselves back into your down dog. Press your heels away and extend from your hands all the way out. Nice long stretch. From here, come forward to your plank. Lower to the mat. Extend the toes. Press yourself up into your up dog. Long legs, head to the ceiling. Lower back down to the mat. Curl the toes under you. Push yourself back into your down dog. Nice long stretch. Press your heels down and away from you. Extend with your arms. Take your left leg up to the ceiling. Lift your right heel, get the left leg higher. Lower your heel down and press the leg even higher. Bend the foot towards your bottom. Open the knee out, opening and exposing the groins. Come back. Bring your knee to your chest. Shift your weight over your hands and really push away from the floor. Step forward with your foot. Nice long leg. Step forward with the other foot. Lengthen the legs and bend down. Lift your head and chest and look out. Lower back down. Sweep the arms forward if you want to. Come all the way up. Lift up, tail is down, hinge back. Nice long stretch. All the way up. Bring your hands to prayer. And then bring your hands down. Standing Shavasana. Just feel your energy, feel your space, feel your own alignment. Just be present in your own body. Very good. Coming back down onto to the floor now. Cross-legged position. Actually, not cross-legged position. Let's bring the soles of the feet together. So in this position, just lift the spine up as much as you can. And first movement, bend over. So you just want to stretch the lower back, stretch the hips. If you're very flexible, you can use your knees to widen the groins out. Allow this to kind of be a sensation of opening in the body as you bring your head forward. Some people bring their head all the way to their knees. So whatever feels good for you. Bring yourselves up and extend the legs out for Paschimottanasana or forward bends. The legs are long. Before you go on, you want to pull the sit bones a little bit back and the hamstrings out and the glutes, pull them away. Now, before we go into this, how much can you pull your stomach and your pelvis up? So we're looking really to get this lift. And we'll start with Dandasana or staff pose. Get as much lift as you can. Use your arms to get more height, but then release arms. Get the sense of the long neck and now bring your chin to your chest. So you're just sitting with this very straight body, open collarbones, lifted spine. Then lift your head, lift your arms up. Lift out of that lower back again, and then hinge forward over your legs. If you need a strap, use it. Grab your ankles, your shins, your feet. Feel the shape and lengthen the waist. How much can you pull the ribs away from the hips? And then relax over your legs, nice and long. Let your head drop and let the spine open up. Nice long stretch. Let the elbows be heavy. If you're very flexible, you may be flat down. What's important is you feel where the constrictions are in your body and you breathe into them, letting them release, letting them start to change and open up your energy and release more and more tension. Bring yourselves back up to an upright position. Bend your right knee and pull the right knee as close in as you want. We're going into a twist. If you bring it in and you find that you're way back, that's not good. Then bring the foot forward and see if you can get this vertical. So you want to start with as much of a straight vertical spine as you're able to, and then the knee and the leg is secondary. Right knee is bent, left hand is holding, pull up, right hand goes behind. As much lift as you possibly can muster, start rotating around your own body. So if you know a more advanced version of this, go into it. The most important thing is this spiraling around your own spinal column and moving the knee in and moving the left side of the ribs towards that knee to get as much rotation as you possibly can, bringing up your spine, bringing out your organs, opening everything up. Come back to the center, stretch your leg out, get a sense of the spine and bend the other leg up. Hold the knee, so again, you want this vertical lift of the spine. You hold your knee, the other hand's behind you. Some of you can have the knee close. Big lift and start spiraling around your own spinal column, getting a rotation. Twisting and wringing out your organs. So good. The knee that's bent is being pulled across your body without the sit bone coming up. Nice and long. Lengthening everything up. And coming back and lengthening out. Now, before we end, we're coming close to the end of the class. I want to do a little bit of work into the stomach, yoga style, because we've worked the spine a lot, we've loosened it a lot. Now we need to strengthen it. Little bit different approach than Pilates. I know many of you do both, but we're going to start with our body down and our arms over our heads. You want to get as much of the spine on the floor as you can, but more importantly, we're going to bend the knees. This is the easy place. Now we get the spine on the floor and the arms are long. Notice that the chest is actually lifted when your arms are here. So you want this sense of length in the arms. Lift the legs up to 90 degrees. Commit your back into the mat and just take the legs to diagonal and hold this position. Hold this position. Reach with the arms. Keep the lower back pressed in and hold the legs. Hold the legs. Hold the legs. Hold the legs. Bring them back. Again, recommit. Now, if that's a lot on your back, you just do a slight amount. If you feel you can keep your spine long and down, we'll go a little bit lower. So now this is 60 degrees. Can you go lower? Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, and back up. Keep this position. We're going to go to the floor and up 5 times. Again, if your back arches, don't go to the floor. Just go halfway. The arms are long. Lengthen the legs all the way down. Lift the legs all the way up. Lengthen the legs all the way down. Lift the legs all the way up. Lengthen the legs all the way down. Lift the legs all the way up. 2 more times. Lower the legs all the way down. Lift the legs all the way up. Last one, lengthen the legs all the way down. Lift the legs all the way up. And now bend the knees into the mat, to the chest, and just rock side to side to relieve any tension. Lift your feet up for happy baby pose. Clasp the outside of your feet. If you can't get to here, hold here. And again, rock side to side, just like a baby on their back, holding their limbs. See if you can get a sense of real openness in the groins and in the pelvis area, really in the genital area. We hold a lot of tightness there. You want to kind of get space and openness. Now, one leg extends. Doesn't matter if it's the straight, it goes to the side. And then come back. Take your other leg out. Going to hit something. Take it out, give it a nice stretch. And back. Now both legs go out. Hold that position. Hold that position. No need to straighten the knees, just to get that openness. Come back, see if you can bring the soles of the feet together, pull them over, let your back lift a little bit. And back, one more time, both legs out. Opening everything, letting yourself release. And back, and one more time, feet up a little bit, stretching that lower back. Release, bend the knees, bounce the feet a few times to relieve any tension that may have accumulated in the knee joints. Put your feet on the floor and set yourselves up for Shavasana. So start by rolling the shoulder blades flat and the arms at a 45-degree angle, 25 actually. The arms do not touch the body. Check that your head feels long and straight. And then organize your spine that it feels long, and then slowly extend the legs out. You want the legs about hip-width apart, and then they naturally relax, naturally roll out, and then let your body relax into whatever shape it goes into now that you've finished being perfect, and close your eyes. And allow yourself to really let go and enjoy this moment. This was a hard workout. It didn't stop. So feel the support of the earth, the support of gravity, the space that you're lying on, the surface that you're lying on. Let your limbs get very heavy. Let the bones become dense. Scan your own body and check where you still have tightness. And let it go, or get in touch with the fact that this tightness is chronic and you don't know how to do that consciously yet. And just breathe into that area. So this is a process we're always involved in, of waking up, becoming more conscious by letting go of fixed patterns. So being aware of ourselves, being aware of tension, relaxation, action, reaction, restoration, giving up everything to become our essence. This is all consciousness. So let yourself be present with who you are right now, what is happening right now, how your body is right now. It's the entrance to the subtler domain. We go from the body to something more subtle. We find ourselves eventually. Check the face, an area of a lot of fixed patterns. Relax your tongue, relax your lips, relax your cheeks, relax your sinuses, relax your ear canal, relax the space between your eyebrows, relax your forehead and let the skin spread. Relax the top of your head and feel the tingling. And open deeply to not being attached to anything, but receiving everything. The breath is coming and going as a gift. Without this gift of the outside, the inside will not have light. Without the inside receiving the outside, there would be no light. So open to what is so unknown and so who you are, and know that you're living the perfect life, receiving the perfect lessons, and experiencing what you need to grow, to evolve, and to become more you. And now slowly wiggle your fingers and your toes. Slowly, with your eyes closed, bend your knees, and with the help of your hands, roll to one side. And then slowly, with relaxation, with your eyes closed, bring yourselves up to a seated position, the way you were at the beginning of the yoga practice. And as you settle in to being in this new shape, in this new state, again, scan your awareness, scan your breath, scan your space. Who am I? What is this moment about? Connecting to the mystery of yourself. And to finish, let's bring our hands into prayer pose at the heart center and give thanks for the wisdom and teachings of yoga, and give thanks and honor the inner teacher inside of each of us. Is always there for guidance and direction when we look inwards and we listen to the truth in our own hearts. And let's ask to be open to the mystery of life, open to the unknown, have the courage and the willingness to be present and do the dance that life is asking us to do. Be a partner. Do not be the cause, and the gifts and the joy and the blessings will fill you up. Take a deep breath in. Bring your hands up to your forehead or third eye. Bring your hands down to your lips for a kiss. Bring your hands back down to your heart and bow your head to your heart. May the mind always be the servant of the heart. And then lift your head and open your eyes. And namaste, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. I will now stop the recording.